Good evening. This is Scrapping Sister with a tutorial here today, and I would like to show you and demonstrate how to make the altered domino necklaces. In this tutorial, I'm actually going to show you two different things that have been requested of me to show on my blog. One is how to use the glossy accent to make things shiny. I think you can see how shiny that is. And then how to take a regular domino and alter it so that you can make something pretty like this. This is one of the necklaces that I made for one of my daughters, and you just thread the actual necklace portion through the bail that is attached on the back of the domino. But we're just going to work on altering a domino today. So you'll need a few basic supplies, and I found that the best solution for working on a domino is to use Adirondacks alcohol inks. So once you choose your color scheme, basically you would just work with the alcohol inks. Now, another little tip that you're getting, I like the Tim Holtz daubers that they sell, but I also found that you can take a plain long piece of wood, cut it down into 2-inch sections, attach some Velcro on there, then use some regular felt that you would get at the store, and all I do is cut a little section of it, and it sticks right to the Velcro that is on my block, and I use this for my alcohol ink. I usually have one hand that is in the glove because alcohol inks, as you can tell, they get everywhere, and the other one is out so that I can easily remove tops as I need to. So for this particular domino, this is just for demonstration purposes. I may or may not use it. I have some papers here that I'm going to base my color scheme off of. And I think I will do this one because I'm going to take this paper and put it here. And so with that, I have brown, and I have this blue, and I have a red that I could use. And I've done a blue, so we're going to do a red. Well, this is watermelon. So all I do is I take my alcohol ink, place a few drops right on the felt. I actually place a little bit more than a few. And sometimes I like to use a mixative. Today I'm not going to use a mixative. The mixative just makes it sparkly, and you would just mix that in there. But today I'm just going to use the alcohol inks, and it dries fairly quickly. I actually have my overhead ceiling fan on so it'll dry even quicker. And then I just blot all over the domino, the sides and everywhere. And I'm working on a non-stick mat. Now the thing about working with the alcohol inks, wherever you touch with the glove is going to alter how the alcohol ink actually is applied to your domino. So you let it dry for a few seconds and then manipulate it a little bit more, and you can apply more alcohol ink to it. I think it's just the coolest thing. When I found out you could do this, I was so excited. Couldn't wait to try it. See? It just goes on and it dries almost instantly. You turn it over and immediately start on the other side. This is where the paper will go, so it's important you get the edges. And you don't necessarily have to put paper on here. I'm going to try today and work with the Memento ink, fade resistant dye ink, and put a few accents on the domino using that. See, there is the domino. It's completely colored. Takes a few seconds and this will dry. And then I'm ready to do other things with it. Okay. Now I was thinking to use the mask to add some interest to my domino, but I've never really used a mask before, so silly me, the mask is on the other part, not this part. Silly. Okay. So I'm thinking some sort of flourish. See, it's almost dry, it's not quite dry, so now I'm going to stamp loved right on here using the Memento ink so that it's a solid, nice, smooth stamped image of the word, as well as a butterfly. And I'm doing this before I do the glossy accents for various reasons, and I will show you in a moment. Okay. This is the one thing I love about Memento ink, is it stamps off really well. And I just stamp it right on my pad to clean it if necessary. And by the way, I'm using Crystal Andrews Designs stamps. This is the winged thing set. And I'm going to use this cute, I think it's just the cutest thing. It's the butterfly. It's really cute. And I'm going to stamp a butterfly on here. I'm going to put the butterfly right there. There's the butterfly. Now, here's the little trick. I like to make my necklaces 3D. I don't have any more cute um, embellishments like that. I cannot wait to find some more. Those were a gift, I believe, from my mother. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some bling. Okay, I downloaded my video to my laptop because I am waiting to get a fancy camera. And see, to let you know that I am human, some of the glue has leaked down to the other side, but actually that's okay, because what I'm going to do now, I've put a piece of bling in the middle of the body of the butterfly, and it says love and all that, and now you see the red light on my camera. So anywho, this is going to be simple. You can make it as fancy as you want to when you do yours. But now I will take my glossy accents, and I usually keep a pin in the top so it doesn't do exactly what it's done. But this is camera, this is live, and I didn't do it because you're watching me. So now I have glue that is stuck at the top of the bottle. So all I'll do is use my needle and get that glue off of there. There we go. Make sure my hole is not clogged. And then I simply go in and I cover this entire piece right here with glossy accents. I don't keep squeezing, but I'll use the needle nose to kind of spread my glue all around the top and make sure the entire top of this is completely covered with the glossy accents. That's what gives it a nice finished look when I'm finished. And I go right over the bling, everything that's on here. Now on this one, of course, I didn't go over the top of the flower and the feather, but everything else is completely covered, including the sentiment that's on there. Everything is included, is covered. Now in order to get the bubbles out, you want to kind of tap it, the tip of the bottle, and just continue to spread it. The cool thing about glossy accents is that it has a lot of um, fluid properties to it, but it also will stay put wherever you place it. So for the most part, it will not run down the sides. The only reason why it ran down the sides when I put the paper down is because I squeezed the paper to make sure it was adhered to the actual domino. On this side, I'm not going to squeeze it, so it should not it should not run, it should actually bubble up on top. Now, before this is completely dry, I'm feeling kind of creative, if you could call it that. I have a few little flowers, and I think I'm not going to use these, but I think I'm going to pull off one of these small flowers I have here. I just pop that bad boy right on off. And while the glossy accents is still wet, I'm going to open my flower up because it was a little pinched. So I have a little rose, and I'm going to actually adhere it right here in the corner in the glossy accents. That's the cool thing about the glossy accents. However I put it on there, it's going to, I guess, kind of meld down into it. And it will stay put. So I'm going to try to open this one up a little bit. There, I don't want to mess with it too much. So basically that's my tutorial on how to alter a domino. And as I said, you can do them however you prefer. See, there's the back. I love how the alcohol swirls and it kind of does a marbleized effect on the other side. Now I'll probably do more with this actual domino and dress it up a little bit more so it'll look even more complete. And there's the one that I did before, and I have another one, but my daughters love these. I made these for them for Christmas, and they absolutely love them. So I hope you'll try. And actually, I'm hosting a swap of dominoes in a couple of months through my Facebook group. So if you're interested in joining my swap group, we have some really cool swaps coming up. Just send me an inbox message on Facebook, or you can look up Scrapping without the G apostrophe Sister with an A on the end Designs, and we can connect that way, and I'll get you set up for the swaps. Remember, I love you, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. Have a great day.